Ukraine stops assassination plot targeting President Zelensky.
According to the Kyiv Post, Ukraine's security service has arrested 2 colonels from the State Guard Department, the agency responsible for protecting high-ranking officials. They are accused of spying for Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB, and plotting to assassinate President Zelensky inside the presidential office in Kyiv. One of the 2 individuals arrested was reportedly a former commander of a unit within the State Guard Department, UDO, according to sources. Ukraine's Security Service, SBU, Chief Vasyl Maryuk stated that the counterintelligence operation had been ongoing for nearly 2 years, during which Ukraine infiltrated the spy network using sophisticated technical measures. The group was reportedly coordinated by the FSB's Directorate for Foreign Operations. Another assassination plot targeting President Volodymyr Zelensky was uncovered at Rzeszów Airport in Poland, Maryuk revealed. It involved a former Polish military officer who had been recruited by the Soviet-era KGB. The plan included using drones or sniper fire to kill the Ukrainian leader. The FSB is also accused of planning assassinations of Kirylo Budanov, the head of Ukraine's military intelligence, as well as SBU director Vasyl Maryuk himself. Meanwhile, in a recent interview with Sky News, President Zelensky warned that Russia could attack a NATO member state within the next 5 years in an attempt to test the military alliance. The Ukrainian president stated that Vladimir Putin is unlikely to launch a full-scale offensive in the coming months, but cautioned that Russia may surpass Western military capabilities after 2030. Zelensky also criticized NATO's plan to increase defense spending to 5% of GDP by 2035, calling it too slow. He emphasized that Ukraine is currently holding back Russia, but warned that if the West does not act quickly, Moscow could regroup and return even stronger. During the NATO summit in The Hague, Netherlands, held on June 24-25, leaders are expected to approve the 5% GDP defense spending target. This would include 3.5% for direct military expenditures and 1.5% for
NATO reconsiders Ukraine membership bid as EU calls for increased support.
The final communiqué of the NATO summit held in The Hague, Netherlands, will not include any language stating that Ukraine's path to joining the alliance is irreversible. According to Russian news agency RIA, on June 25th, Hungarian Foreign Minister Péter Szijjártó confirmed to reporters ahead of the NATO-Ukraine Council meeting at the ministerial level. The final document of the summit no longer contains the phrase that appeared in last year's Washington summit declaration, which said Ukraine is on an irreversible path toward NATO. He added, "This speaks for itself, and we welcome it. We believe it is the right approach." The Hungarian foreign minister also revealed that NATO foreign ministers did not make any decisions related to Ukraine, neither on further support measures nor on any other issue. Minister Szijjártó further emphasized that Ukraine's accession to NATO would mean the outbreak of World War III, something he said he does not wish to see. Meanwhile, in an interview with Germany's international broadcaster Deutsche Welle on the sidelines of the NATO summit, EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy Kaja Kallas stated that although Ukraine was not at the top of the official summit agenda, for Europe, Ukraine remains a top priority. And that's why we are committed to supporting Kyiv. According to Kallas, NATO member states could do more to help Ukraine if they invested more in defense. She noted that former US President Donald Trump had been urging NATO countries to increase defense spending for quite some time, and that many countries not only listened, but with the current security situation, most European nations have now realized it is truly necessary. Kallas also emphasized the urgent need to ramp up defense production and confirmed that the EU is working closely with Ukraine's defense industry, a sector she described as very creative and highly innovative, with much to be learned from it. In addition, the EU official did not rule out the prospect of Ukraine joining the bloc, adding that the issue would be discussed at this week's EU summit.